Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace, mercy, and blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be on all of you. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Allah says in Surah Fussilat, verse 33, وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ قَوْلًا مِّمَّنْ دَعَا إِلَى اللَّهِ وَعَمِلَ صَالِحًا وَقَالَ إِنَّنِي مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. And who is better in speech than one who invites to Allah and does righteousness and says, indeed, I am of the Muslims. The team of future stars acknowledge and appreciate the hard-working and dedicated parents who took the efforts to prepare their kids. May Allah reward you and your children immensely. Let's begin with the Quran recitation, inshallah. Surah Mursalat will be recited by our future star, Aliza Afra, who is 8th grader and 13 years old. Her hobbies are to bathe, sports, teach, and to do calligraphy. She takes interest in Islam and gets lots of information from the Learn with Mahmoud's channel. Aliza Afra for the recitation.
والمرسلات عرفا فالعاصفات عصفا والناشرات نشرا فالفارقات فرقا فالملقيات ذكرا عذرا أو نذرا إنما توعدون لواقع فإذا النجوم طمست وإذا السماء فرجت وإذا الجبال نسفت وإذا الرسل أقتت لأي يوم أجلت ليوم الفصل وما أدراك ما يوم الفصل ويل يومئذ للمكذبين ألم نهلك الأولين ثم نتبعهم الآخرين كذلك نفعل بالمجرمين ويل يومئذ للمكذبين ألم نخلقكم من ماء مهين فجعلناه في قرار مكين إلى قدر معلوم فقدرنا فنعم القادرون ويل يومئذ للمكذبين صدق الله العليم.
Wearing the hijab is very important and mandatory in Islam. In the Quran it says, يا أيها النبي قل لأزواجك وبناتك ونساء المؤمنين يدنين عليهن من جلابيبهن ذلك أدنى أن يعرفن فلا يؤذين وكان الله غفورا رحيما. O Prophet, tell your wives and your daughters and the women of the believers to draw their clothes all over their body. That will be better, that they should be known as not to be annoyed. And Allah is the oft forgiving, the most merciful. Now I will introduce our MC of today's event and next speaker, Mahnoor, who is 13 years old and going to grade 9. She likes reading, drawing, and figure skating. She sees herself being a doctor and helps people who are deprived of medical care. Let's welcome her for why she wears hijab.
Before I start my speech, I just want to go over the definition of hijab so everybody's on the same page. So the hijab is a veil that that Muslim women wear that cover the awrah, which is everything except for their hands and their face. And the word hijab in the Quran not only refers to women's clothing in the Quran, but also as a curtain. Now, I want to ask all my Muslim sisters here who wear hijab, why do you wear the hijab? Why is the reason you wear the hijab? Now, if you don't know, there's no need to feel guilty. Because for a long time, I did not know why I wore the hijab. I blindly put on my hijab on my head, went to the grocery store, went to school, not knowing why I wore it. And to be honest, I felt a bit guilty because I didn't know why I was wearing this thing on top of my head. Then one day came when I actually realized how important this hijab is and why the hijab is so special to me. So I had just come out of the swimming pool and I was putting on my hijab. And from behind me, this lady comes up. She was Chinese, she had the accent. And she asked me, why do you wear that? And she was referring to my hijab. And I was stuck. Why did I wear the hijab? I couldn't answer her question. It was my job as a Muslim to answer people's questions on my faith, yet I couldn't answer a question. As soon as I go home, I quickly rushed to my mom. I was, Mom, why do you wear the hijab? I want to know why you wear the hijab. And she told me that she wore the hijab firstly because Allah told all women to wear the hijab. That's the number one reason why she wore the hijab. The second reason is because she wore it for me and my sisters. Because if she was not a good Islamic role model, how would you expect me and my sisters to follow the good Islamic path and go to Jannah and wear the hijab and follow what Allah said to women, like wearing the hijab? Now, over the years, I have finally realized why I wear the hijab. After so long, I have realized first reason I wear the hijab is, of course, because Allah told all women. It's a commandment from Allah. Because Allah says in Surah Nur, Ayah 31, He tells women to wear humar. And in this ayah, many people get confused with the meaning of humar. Humar, basically this ayah means something that covers the head. So what is Allah telling women to do? Allah is telling the women to cover their heads with humar. Also another ayah in the Quran tells women to cover themselves. Surah Al-Ahzab, ayah 59. O Prophet, say to your wives, your daughters, and the women of the believers that they should let down upon themselves the jalabib. Yet again, Allah is telling women to cover themselves. The second reason I wear the hijab is I want people to not see me for my hair. I don't want people to see me for my fancy clothing. I want people to see me for my unique personality or the silly jokes I make all the time. That's what I want people to see about me. The hijab is my protector. I cannot live without the hijab. And it is my identity as a human being. Now I don't wear the hijab blindly. I wear it with true meaning. My sisters, this hijab is a gift from Allah and we should appreciate it. And if you don't know now, Allah knows the best for us. Now, I want to ask all my sisters the same question. Why do you wear the hijab? Now, before I end my speech, I want to ask everybody's forgiveness if I accidentally offended anybody in any way, and Allah's as well. Jazakallahu khair for listening, and assalamu alaikum.
For such an informative talk. Now I will call upon her again to take over MC's duties.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Now let's continue without any delay. The Earth has been warming quite a lot since the 1880s. The temperature is rising and the Earth is getting warmer. This is commonly known as global warming. And this is caused by the pollution of carbon dioxide. The balance of gases in the atmosphere is getting more unstable. This is caused by greenhouse gases. A talented star will enlighten us future on this. Mujtaba is a great kid, smart, considerate, and helpful. In his free time, he likes to do sports. He is passionate about the environment and wants to save the planet. He believes that global warming is taking a turn for the worse, and his coming generation can help stop it. Now welcome Mujtaba on global warming.
My topic today is global warming. Have you noticed that when you step outside Edmonton and you're feeling like this burst of warm air, this is because of global warming. For those of you who don't know what global warming is, Global warming is a term used to describe the increase in the average temperature of the Earth's atmosphere and its oceans. This is mainly caused by the pollution of carbon dioxide and other air pollutants that cluster into the atmosphere. They absorb sunlight and solar radiation. Normally, the solar radiation would go back into space, but with these gases, it is being held into the atmosphere and causing the Earth to warm up. This is caused by fertilizer and pesticides on landscapes, animal manure, which is methane, factory farming, and resource waste, and more. Why should we be concerned? According to Climate Reality, there are many dangers caused by global warming to the well-being of humans, but today I will focus on 4. The first one is rising temperatures. The body can only handle so much heat. Too much heat can overpower the body, resulting in dehydration, heat stroke, and many more. Air quality. Pollution caused by the gases we burn impacts on our air quality. Exposure can result in heart and lung diseases and in some cases death. Vector-borne diseases. Vector-borne diseases are illnesses spread by insects or arachnids such as mosquitoes, fleas, mites, and ticks, which will bring diseases with them. Extreme weather. This weather is very lethal and has fatal consequences. Extreme weather can cause major injuries and sometimes death. Some of the places that are most affected by global warming are the northern and southern poles. The Arctic has shown the most rapid rate of warming, with dramatic effects such as the shrinking of this region's glaciers, ice caps, and ice sheets. Many habitats for animals have been destroyed due to global warming, and it's just not the habitats of the animals that are being destroyed. It's also the animals themselves. According to the World Wildlife Fund, sea levels are rising and oceans are becoming warmer. This is resulting in longer and more intense droughts, which threaten crops, wildlife, and freshwater supplies. From polar bears in the Arctic to marine turtles off the coast of Africa, our planet's life is at great risk from the changing climate. If global warming continues to increase at the rate it is now, South Africa will be uninhabitable to live in by 2100. How can you, yes you, help the environment and prevent global warming? It may seem like an unattainable goal, but if we all work together and implement small steps in our lives, the world will be a much better place to live in. The first steps to achieving this goal are reduce the amount of disposables, for example, reuse. Instead of throwing away your old clothes or toys or anything else, consider donating them to a reuse center like Valley Village and such. Recycle. You can recycle the plastics, metal cans, glass bottles, and paper you use in your homes every day. These 3 R's are commonly referred to as the 3 R's. More vital steps include planting trees. Planting trees will reduce carbon dioxide in the air. Conserving energy, using solar panels and use energy-efficient products. Buy reusable products. Carpool and buy more organic food. We are in this together, so let's work together and help reduce global warming.
We need to see the attacks of shaitan around us at all times. We can utilize our time by benefiting from this dunya and akhirah. Wasting time and acting lazy is from the shaitan. That's why Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us this supplication. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-hammi wal-husni wal-ajal. O Allah, verily I seek refuge in your capacity from laziness. Ibrahim, a grade 5 homeschooler who memorizes the Quran, reads and watches documentaries, ambitious to become a imam and farmer, and loves martial arts and skating. Welcome Ibrahim for Al-Lola.
وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. أما بعد، فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قد أفلح المؤمنون الذين هم في صلاتهم خاشعون والذين هم عن اللغو معرضون. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. respected elders, and dear brothers and sisters. I welcome all of you with the Islamic greetings. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace, mercy, and blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be on all of you. The topic of today's talk is Allah. If you have an exam the next day, and the night before you're watching a movie or playing a video game, that means something is wrong with you. There's this sense of urgency, and you're not doing what a serious student is supposed to be doing. If your boss gave you an assignment and a deadline with that, you would be working day and night to meet that deadline, right? Similarly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us certain things to do, but the crazy thing is that He did not tell us when our deadline is. My deadline is different from your deadline, and that deadline is death. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keeps it a secret. Subhanallah. So it means we are in a constant state of urgency to acquire more and more good and to go away from evil. So when we start wasting our time, it's proof that there's something wrong with our iman. The verses that are recited are from Surah Al-Mu'minun. In these ayahs, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions one of the qualities of a believer. They stay away from ill speech. Allah. What is Allah? Allah is useless speech or activity which the believers ignore. They take special precautions to rid themselves off of any situation which involves with Allah. Allah in Arabic is basically something which has no benefit. No benefit in deen or dunya. When you go to work, even though it's not a religious activity, it still has some benefit. You're there for a purpose. So it's not a lahu. You go to school, you're there for a purpose, right? Even when you're playing sports, at least there's some health benefit. There's something there. But when you involve in an activity which has no benefit in the worldly life and in the hereafter, first and foremost in the form of speech, and second in the form of any other activity, then this would come under Allah. Now, practically what that means for you and me, most of the time, we don't even realize we're engaging in such activity. Small talk, unnecessary, spending half an hour just talking about nothing. You know, like just hanging out and chilling. Now you could argue, well, I'm not doing anything haram, I'm just hanging out with my friends and going for some sandwiches. But do you know that that whole entire trip and that whole entire hangout session has no benefit in deen or dunya except the food? So then this would all count in Allah. exposure to the media. We don't need to go to clubs and fahash places. All these are sitting in our homes, virtually, which is desensitizing us. And once we are desensitized, we will not lower our eyes when we're walking on the street. We will try to do what the people on the street do, right? And it's just a downward spiral until the sense of urgency is lost. How will we fight this? The first step is the most difficult, to cut out the TV. Go to the .coms and buy a radio. The second one is to retain that sense of urgency by retaining your relationship with the Quran. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help me and you value our time, as wasting time starts with a lum and ends with fahash. Barakallahu wa lakum, wassalamu alaykum wa rahmatullah.
الله كذكركم آباءكم أو أشد ذكرا. Remember Allah as you remember your forefathers, or with greater remembrance. Surah Baqarah, Ayah 200. You need to be reminded time again and again about the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah revealed in this book and reminded us through His Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, whose teachings are recorded as a hadith. Dua are stored 8 to 9. The main activities she likes to do are bicycling, reading, writing, and she also loves cats. She hopes to become a doctor and serve the community. Now we all welcome Dua Zed.
ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm going to narrate the hadith that tell the importance of worshipping Allah. Abu Hurairah reported, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, Allah the Exalted said, O son of Adam, busy yourself with my worship, and I'll fill your heart with riches and alleviate your poverty. If you do not do so, I'll fill your hands with problems and never alleviate your poverty. Source, Sunan al-Tirmidhi, 2466, grade, Sahih, Jazakallah khair.
Jazakallah dua is a nice citation. Surah Ikhlas is a powerful surah. Ikhlas means purity. Every surah of this ayah has a holy name. It tells us the wonderful instructions of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And reciting this surah 3 times is equivalent to the whole Quran. A young star will be reciting the surah for us. Taha is 6 years old, and he will be going to grade 1 this fall. He likes playing ball games and watching animal cartoons. His hobbies are reading. He just started reading the Quran and is memorizing it. Everyone, please welcome Muhammad Taha.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد.
Prophet Muhammad said, no man is a true believer unless he desires for what his brother what he desires for himself. Raheel Dahilu enlightened us further on this topic. Raheel is 11 years old and he is going to grade 7 this fall. He likes cricket and soccer. His hobbies are watching sports and doing physical activities. Let's welcome him to talk on brotherhood in Islam.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. Fa'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. The topic of today is brotherhood in Islam. Brotherhood in Islam is a comprehensive concept that is based upon good character with others, treating others the way we want to be treated, and uniting together upon common values. It has 3 levels of degree: religion, family, and humanity. Each of these has a set of rights and duties that a Muslim must uphold with others. The strongest level of brotherhood is the sense of of community, friendship, and common purpose in Islam for the sake of Allah. At this level, the believers work together towards fulfilling the goods of the religion and living out its divine value. Abu Hurairah reported that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, "A believer is the brother of another believer. He protects him against loss and defends him behind his back." Islam is not just a religion. It is a way of life. Islam teaches us special ways to deal with each other. In our religion, there's the idea of ukhwa, or brotherhood. In Islam, all Muslims are considered brothers or sisters, whether they are related or not. In Islam, brothers and sisters can sometimes be better than a sibling. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ taught us that we should admire people according to their devotion to Islam, not merely according to their blood relationship to us. Allah says in Surah Al-Hujurat, chapter 49, verse 10, إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ إِخْوَةٌ فَأَصْلِحُوا بَيْنَ أَخَوَيْكُمْ وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ لَعَلَّكُمْ تُرْحَمُونَ. It means the believers are like brothers to one another, so promote peace and reconciliation among them, and fear Allah that you may receive mercy. وَآخِرُ دَعْوَانَا أَنِ الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ.
Fasting in the month of Ramadan is one of the 5 pillars of Islam. The month of Ramadan holds a special place in Islam, as our Holy Book, the Quran, revealed upon the Prophet Muhammad this month. Umayma is a sweet and loving and caring girl. She is always ready to help others. Her favorite hobbies are reading and writing. Her favorite subjects are maths and arts. She wants to be a teacher when she grows up. She loves swimming and ice skating. Umayma, on the importance of fasting.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Umayma. I'm 8 years old, and today I'm going to tell you about the importance of fasting in Islam. The opportunity to observe fasting in Ramadan is a gift from Allah, allowing us to be more compassionate, caring, kind, and grateful. Fasting in Ramadan is a unique opportunity to develop spiritually and gain strength to control over ourselves, our egos, and the nafs. Fasting is an obligatory act during the month of Ramadan. Muslims must abstain from food and drink during this month and are especially mindful of other sins. Fasting is the 4th pillar of Islam and is necessary for every Muslim that has reached puberty, unless he or she suffers from a medical condition which prevents him or her from doing so. Other acts of worship such as prayer, reading the Quran, and charity are also occurring during the Ramadan. Muslims also believe that the Quran was revealed in Ramadan. During the holy month, Muslims would wake up early to eat a pre-dawn meal called suhoor, and they would end it with a meal referred as iftar. Fasting helps to attain taqwa, performing of action which pleases Allah and abstaining from those actions that displease Him. Fasting is meant to develop mindfulness, righteousness, and fear of Allah, which leads to good character, generosity, patience, and purity of heart. In this way, fasting acts as a shield which protects us from ultimately from the punishment of Allah in the hereafter. The Messenger of Allah said, "Fasting is a shield from the hellfire, just like a shield with you in a battle." We should abandon unbeneficial speech and arguing with others. If anyone tries to argue with you while you are fasting, you must simply reply by saying, "I am fasting." Fasting should also be a means of developing control over anger. True strength is the ability of a person to control his or her mind while they are being provoked to anger. The Prophet Muhammad once said, "The stronger are the best wrestlers. The stronger are the ones who control themselves when they are angry." Fasting is a means for compassion for the poor and gratitude the favors of Allah. When we feel the pain of hunger, we should remember that some people in this world are always hungry. We should sympathize with their pain and try to help them. That's why it is highly recommended to give zakat and sadaqah during the Ramadan, so that money can be used for the benefit of the poor or needy. It is also a very rewarding act in Ramadan to offer iftar to those who are fasting. Ramadan is known to be the month of the Quran. It is highly recommended in the Ramadan to read and share the Quran with others. Laylatul Qadr, the night of decree, as the Holy Quran was revealed in this night that also comes in this month, that is better than 1,000 months. Muslims observe At-Tikaf, reciting, staying in the mosque for worship for the last 10 days of Ramadan. Nightly prayers called Tarawih are also held in mosques after iftar. Allah's Messenger said, when the month of Ramadan starts, the gates of heaven are open and the gates of hell are closed and the devils are chained. The ultimate ever goal of developing virtues, performing good deeds, and controlling our sinful passions is to be forgiven for our sin and to gain entry into paradise. The Prophet Muhammad once said, whoever fasts in Ramadan out of faith but in the hope of reward, he will be forgiven for his previous sins. Ramadan lasts for the full 30 days. The Eid al-Fitr marks the end of the month when Muslims celebrate a successful month of fasting and worship. Muslims fast as an act of worship, a chance to get closer to God and a way to become more compassionate to those in need. During Ramadan, we ask Allah Almighty to accept our fasting and ibadah and bestow His rahmah on us so we become good and pious Muslims. Ameen. Jazakallah khairan.
Our homeschoolers in grade 7 and grade 4. They're welcome them because they're going to do a wedding play.
Rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Today, me and my little sister are going to do 2 short plays on Mullah Nasruddin Hoja. He was one of the wise people known in history.
Inshallah, the first play will be about the bank.
And for this play, I'm going to be Mullah Nasruddin's wife, and my sister is going to be Mullah Nasruddin. One day, Mullah Nasruddin's wife was washing dishes. What was that loud noise, Mullah?
My coat fell down.
How can your coat make such a loud noise if it falls down?
I was inside the coat. Inshallah, the next play will be about the coat.
And for this play, I'm going to be Mullah Nasruddin's best friend, Jalaluddin, and Zara is going to be Mullah Nasruddin. Assalamu alaikum, Mullah.
Walaikum assalam, Jalaluddin.
How are you?
Good, alhamdulillah. How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. Where are you going in all these new clothes?
I am going to meet my friends.
Oh, I see.
Would you like to join?
Oh, I'd love to, but my clothes are old and ripped.
Okay. Here, borrow my coat.
Oh, jazakumullahu khair.
Wa iyyakum.
It fits me perfectly.
Okay, come on, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Meet my best friend Jalaluddin. The coat he is wearing is mine.
You don't have to say anything about the coat.
You are right. I should not have said anything about the coat. Next time I will not say anything about the coat. Anything about the coat.
Okay. Sounds good.
Let's go to the next one.
Okay. Let's go.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Meet my best friend Jalaluddin. The coat he is wearing is not mine.
You don't have to say anything about the coat.
You are right. Next time I will not say anything about the coat. Come on, let's go to the third friend.
Okay, let's go.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Meet my best friend Jalaluddin. This time I am not saying anything about a coat. Isn't that right, Jalaluddin?
Jazakumullah khair.
Subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَإِذَا قُرِئَ الْقُرْآنُ فَاسْتَمِعُوا لَهُ وَأَنصِتُوا لَعَلَّكُمْ تُرْحَمُونَ. When the Quran is read, listen attentively and fall silent, so that you may be blessed with mercy. We have a young reciter among us today who will recite a chapter from the Quran. Yusuf is almost 4 and MashaAllah memorizing the Quran. His hobby is giving azan at home and at the time of Salah. He can't make full sentences yet and speak fluently, but he is best at learning Quran. Welcome Yusuf for Surah Al-Duha.
عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. The Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, said, the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala lies in the pleasure of one's parent, and his anger lies in their anger. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Today my topic is the rights of parents in Islam. The family is the law which forms the foundation of a functional society. Islam pays special attention to the family and encourages love and respect within it. The parents are the basis and mainstay of the family. Our parents have been with us throughout most of our lives, teaching us and being mentors for us. All religions and all societies have given parents an honorable status, but in Islam, honoring parents and respecting them is not something to be done once in a while. Rather, they should be honored and respected every single moment. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, and your Lord commands you to worship none other except Him, and that you be kind to the parents. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that the value of our parents is next to worshiping Him. This shows us how important it is to respect our parents. Moreover, honoring one's parent is one of the best deeds and one of the most beloved actions of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Our parents do their best to take good care of us. They teach us good manners and care for our happiness and provide us with comfortable lives. When we need help in anything, they are always there to help us. We can never repay the love and respect love and help our parents give us, but our beautiful religion, Islam, teaches us many rights of parents. First of all, the right to be respected and be kind to them, especially when they become old and they get sick more often. At this time, they need the same love and care they gave to their children. Secondly, the right to be obedient to your parents. Here is a beautiful example. A man came and asked permission to go for jihad. The Prophet, peace be upon him, asked the man, are your parents still alive? The man said yes. He said, then carry on with jihad in service of your parents, as this is as good as our jihad. Thirdly, praying for them is one of the rights of parents. Narrated by Abu Hurairah on behalf of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, said, when a person dies, all his deeds come to an end, except three. One of them is righteous, son or daughter who will pray for them. The fourth right is to take care of them even after death, in terms of funeral prayers and complete the burial shadow method. You have to ask forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to pardon our parents. The child must pay debts of parents and fulfill their promises. Also perform Hajj if they have not performed it in their lives. Moreover, pay due regards to bond a relationship from their side. Finally, parents should be given priority in terms of kindness, sympathy, good feeling, love, supplication, and affection if we want to enter paradise hereafter. We should always pray for our parents and ask them to keep us in their prayers. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that there are three types of prayer that are always answered. The prayers of an oppressed person, the prayers of a traveler, and the prayers of a parent for their children. May Allah help us fulfill these rights of parents. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
All of us are heading towards our home. Home Our next song will be pretty much the same for all of us. It has no room for renovation, uplifting, or rebuilding after we are in it. Your time and chance is now. Grave is either a part of hell or heaven. Ibn Jalal is a homeschooler of grade 8. He likes to recite Quran and Nasheeds and likes reading and writing poems. He wants to make the world a better place by serving others. Let's all welcome Ayman for the Nasheed. Isn't it so funny?
Isn't it so funny how we all walk around, never even thinking of the days under the ground, the drive and ambition taking over our lives, for this world, for the fame, for the power to strive. Our minds made up, whatever it takes, to feed the desires that this heart makes. Why don't we know, how do we stay within the boundaries of the right way? When we step out of our homes in the middle of the day, do we ever think, when's the end of my stay? Someone dies in the news right in front of your face. Do we ever think, when's my turn in the grave? To read all the tales of the kings of the past, do we ever think, how long did it last? Day after day, night after night, do you ever think, when's the end of my life? So many excuses, so many reasons to stay away from the truth, to know what we can, trying hard to run away from the truth of this life, from the test, from the hardship as sharp as a knife. Why don't we know, how do we stay within the boundaries of the right way? When we step out of our homes in the middle of the day, do we ever think, what's the end of my stay? Someone dies in the news right in front of your face. Do we ever think, what's my turn in the grave? To read all the tales of the kings of the past, do we ever think, how long did it last? Day after day, night after night, do we ever think, what's the end of my life? So let's make up our minds to do the right thing in this life. In our chants, Allah's name do we sing. Allah, 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 Ya Allah. When we step out of our homes in the middle of the day, do we ever think, what's the end of my stay? Someone dies in the news right in front of your face. Do we ever think, what's my turn in the grave? To read all the tales of the kings of the past. Do we ever think, how long did it last? Day after day, night after night, do we ever think, what's the end of my life?
Sallallahu for such a pleasant nasheed. To be a successful Muslim, we need to show patience. However, it's difficult to be patient sometimes. Some people do not even realize they're not being patient. So it's important that we learn the importance in showing patience and striving for Jannah. We have a bright star among us who will talk further about it. Sarah is 9 years old and loves soccer and karate. She volunteers at the Edmonton Humane Society, taking care of cats and rabbits. Let's welcome Sarah Croser to speak on the topic of patience.
Have you ever felt super happy? Have you ever felt really scared or sad? Have you ever been so angry? How did you react? Did you shout, say something mean to someone? Throw something, hit someone? Did you cry? Did you go crazy? Or did you try to control yourself? It's normal to go through ups and downs. Allah says in the Quran, chapter 3, verse 155, and certainly we shall test you with something of fear, hunger, loss of wealth, legs, and food. But give good news to as-Sabirin. So we learn from the Quran that we will be tested in this life. Things will not always go as we would like, but there is good news for the as-Sabirin. So who are the as-Sabirin? The Arabic word sabr means patience. It comes from a root word that means to stop.
To have patience is to stop yourself from being impatient and displeased, to stop your tongue from complaining, and to stop your body from hurting yourself or others. To have patience is to control yourself and your emotions. So Allah is saying that we will all go through difficulties, but that there is good news for those who bear up with patience. A believer will be rewarded for being patient during difficulties. In fact, patience is mentioned many times in the Quran and Sunnah, which shows how important it is. In chapter 3, verse 200, the Quran says, O you who believe, endure and be more patient. That means don't give up whining and complaining when things get difficult. Instead, deal with it and be patient. In chapter 47, verse 31, the Quran says, and surely we shall test you to see who will work hard for the cause of Allah, and to see who is the patient one. In chapter 39, verse 10, the Quran says, only those who are patient shall receive their reward in full, without reckoning. So basically, life is a test, and we pass the test by being patient.
The 5 pillars of Islam are the foundations and basis of its Muslim life. These 5 pillars are the framework of Muslim life and is compulsory for every Muslim to follow and obey them. They are the faith in oneness of Allah, prayer, fasting during the month of Allah, and pilgrimage to Mecca for the one who can afford. Alina Ahmed is a 5th grader and is 10 years old. She enjoys drawing, playing soccer, and memorizing the Quran. Let's all welcome Alina Ahmed for the 5 pillars of Islam.
صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. The 5 pillars of Islam. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ came to teach us many things, and the most important of them are the 5 pillars of Islam. The first pillar is Shahada. It means that there is no one worthy of worship except Allah, and that Muhammad ﷺ is his final messenger. The second pillar is Salat. Salat is the connection that we have with Allah through our prayer by standing in a certain way, facing the direction of Mecca, and opening up our hearts and praying to Allah. The third pillar is Zakat. This is when Muslims give some of their earnings to charity, and that charity money is then used to feed the poor. The 4th pillar is Sawm. This is fasting in the month of Ramadan, when Muslims have to fast from sunrise to sunset for an entire month. The last pillar, which is the 5th, is Hajj. This is the pilgrimage to Mecca enforced on all Muslims when they have to travel to Saudi Arabia and perform Hajj. Thank you for listening. Assalamu alaikum.
Khadija has a special place. She was the first wife of the Prophet and also the first Muslim. When all the people were against the preaching of Islam and Prophet Muhammad, she supported him. She also stood by his side and helped him. Khadija Sakib is a sweet and happy-go-lucky child. She is a fun and loving girl. She loves to visit new places. Her hobbies are ice skating and swimming. And her teachers used to call her Chit Tapper because she likes talking. Let's welcome Khadija to speak on Khadija bint Khuwaylid.
Today I want to talk to you about a very important person in Islam. The Messenger of Allah said, God Almighty never granted me anyone better in this life than her. She accepted me when people doubted me. She shared her wealth with me when people deprived me, and Allah granted me children only through her. Khadija was the first wife of Muhammad and the first female follower of Islam. She is regarded as Prophet Muhammad's most beloved, most trusted, and most favored. She supported the Prophet Muhammad when the Quraysh strongly objected to his teachings, and Khadija stood by him like a rock and helped him. She proved to be a trusted wife who gave all that she had to please Allah and His Messenger. The Prophet Muhammad's honesty impressed Khadija that she felt like he was the most suitable man for her to marry. Khadija, the mother of Islam, was the first person to accept Prophet Muhammad as the final prophet of Allah. After getting the revelation from Allah in the cave of Hira, the Prophet Muhammad came back home and told the whole story to his wife Khadija. She was the one who comforted him and said, Allah will never disgrace you. You keep up good relations, serve your guests, help the poor, and those in sorrow. One day when Khadija came to the cave Hira, the angel Jibreel greeted her with salam by Allah and said to Prophet Muhammad, tell her that there will be a house made of pearls for her in paradise. She is regarded as Prophet Muhammad's most beloved and one of the most important women in Islam, as it is said. The chiefs of women of paradise are four: Maryam, Fatima, Khadija, and Asiya. The Prophet Muhammad, his wife Khadija, their children and family who accept Islam are forced to leave their homes in Mecca. They took refuge in an open plot. They faced hunger, disease, and poverty. But she did not complain. She faced the difficulties with great patience. Khadija was a very successful and respected woman. She dedicated her wealth to the poor and sick. Khadija died in Ramadan. After her death, Prophet Muhammad was very sad. He called this year the year of sadness because of the loss of two most faithful people, Khadija and his uncle Abu Talib in that year. The example she left for mankind remains timeless, and we can only pray that one day we all become like her. The Prophet Muhammad, speaking of Khadija, once said, the best of women in its paradise is Maryam, and the best of women in it is Khadija. Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Allah says in the Quran, يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم إن الله عليم خبير. O mankind, indeed, we have created you from male and female, and made you peoples and tribes, so that you may know one another. Indeed, the most noble of you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous of you. Indeed, Allah is all-knowing and acquainted. We all belong to different nations and tribes. We should spread love and peace among each other. We have a group of Nasheed vocalists who will enlighten us further on the beauty of Islam. For the colors of Islam, please welcome Fatima Mahmood, Ayman Jalad, Sora Jalad, Megan Jalad, Khadija Hamid, Khadija Sakir, Humayra Patel, Eliza Ahmed, and Dua Zed, and finally Alina Ahmed, and Naima.
Allah made us all a different shade and color. Nations and tribes recognize one another, 'cause every single Muslim is your sister and brother. So many different colors of Islam. Feel the world of color painted everywhere you go. Paint everything you see and tell everyone you know. For I will be your king and your life will be mine. So feel the world of color, every color of Islam. Truth is clear and blue as the sky we look under. Love is bright and loud as the lightning and thunder. Peace is pure as white as the moon so full of wonder. So many different colors of Islam. Feel the world of color painted everywhere you go. Paint everything
Islam, ruled in so many places, so many different colors of Islam. Fill the world with color, paint it everywhere you go. Paint everything you see and tell everyone you know. Quran will be your paint and your brush will be Iman. So fill the world with color, every color of Islam. Fill the world with color, paint it everywhere you go. Paint everything you see and tell everyone you know. Quran will be your paint and your brush will be Iman. So fill the world with color, every color of Islam. Fill the world with color, paint it everywhere you go. Paint everything you see and tell everyone you know. Quran will be your paint and your brush will be Iman. So fill the world with color, every color of Islam. Fill the world with color, every color of Islam.
This surah is the most beautiful surah of the Quran and the most repeated verse. And of the believers, wonders, and gifts from the world of earth to those who deny Allah. How much more ungrateful can you be? Let's enjoy the surah by another speaker of the day. Muhammad is 13 years old and will be going to grade 9. He likes soccer, biking, and enjoys playing outside, and has an interest in reciting the Quran. Let's all welcome Muhammad for Surah Rahman.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علمه البيان. الشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان ألا تطغوا في الميزان وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان والأرض وضعها للأمان فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام والحب ذو العصف والريان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان خلق الإنسان من صلصال كالفخار وخلق الجان من مارج من نار فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان رب المشرقين ورب المغربين فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان بينهما برزخ لا يبغيان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يخرج منهما اللؤلؤ والمرجان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان وله الجوار المنشآت في البحر كالأعلام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان كل من عليها فان ويبقى وجه ذي الجلال والإكرام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يسأله من في السماوات والأرض كل يوم هو في شأن فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان In this surah, Allah talks about all the gifts and the ni'mas He has given us. For example, in Ayah 5, it says, the sun and the moon move in a precise calculation. And in Ayah number 11, it says, therein is fruit and palm trees having sheaths of dates. I have only listed 2 of the ayahs that talk about the amazing blessings. There are many more ayahs, but between every few ayah, there is an ayah. فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ. So which of the favors of your Lord would you deny? This ayah is repeated 31 times throughout the entire surah. The message is that Allah created so many beautiful creations for us. But will we obey and worship Him and do what Allah favors, or will we just ignore and deny? Jazakallahu khairan.
Teacher is like a spiritual and influential role model for developing students' lives. Teachers are responsible for more than just academic enrichment. Our Prophet, peace be upon him, stressed so much on the education of the prisoners of Badr. The prisoners of Badr were freed if they taught Muslims how to read and write. A great speaker of the day is going to throw some light on the rights of teachers. Nourizad is a grade 8 student. His favorite sport is basketball and soccer, and his favorite food is pizza. He loves playing video games and riding his bicycle. Let's all welcome him for the rights of teachers.
Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in, amma ba'd, فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Respected elders and dear brothers and sisters, I greet you with the Islamic greeting, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace, mercy, and blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be on all of you. The topic of my talk is respect for the teachers. All Muslims, Ali, may Allah be pleased with him, give a comprehensive and complete advice concerning the rights of the teacher or scholar upon his students, saying, one of the rights of the scholar is that you greet people generally and then greet him with a special greeting. Sit in front of him. Do not point with your hand in his presence, nor wink with your eye. Do not quote someone else who said opposite of what he said. Do not backbite anyone in his presence. Do not hunt for his fault, and if he makes a mistake, accept his excuse. Dignify him for the sake of Allah. If he needs anything, rush before everyone to serve him. Do not whisper in his presence. Do not grasp him by his garment. Do not insist for answers when he becomes tired. Do not ever feel that you have accompanied him enough, because he is like a palm tree from which people wait for fruits to drop from. وَآخِرِ دَوَّانَا الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ.
Jazakallah for such an amazing talk. You know, we just keep complaining and don't think that Allah is responding to our feelings. SubhanAllah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already knows how human beings feel. And many verses in the Quran are mentioned in which Allah shows His great love for us. Abdullah Mahmoud, a second grader, he is memorizing the Quran and wants to be a Quran teacher. He enjoys reading stories, watching science-based cartoons, and blowing bubbles with his friends. Let's all welcome Abdullah for Allah's answers and our questions.
Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd, fa'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. أم حسبتم 214. Or you think that you will enter paradise without such trials that came to those who passed away before you. They were afflicted with severe poverty, ailments, and were so shaken that even the messenger and those who had faith with him said, "When will the help of Allah come?" Yes, indeed, Allah's help is close. So the Quran gives the solutions beautifully to all of our worries, all of our thoughts, and all of our questions. You just need to make an effort to make a direct connection to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let's see how Quran answers to what we say. Sometimes, let's say, you told Allah and get in trouble by your parents, and you say, "Oh Allah, I'm in trouble." Allah says in Surah Az-Zumar, chapter 39, verse 53, "La taqnatu min rahmatillah." Do not despair of the mercy of Allah. Allah will put merciful thoughts in your parents, and they'll be merciful to you, inshallah. And sometimes, let's say, you don't get to win in a competition, and you be so worried and stressed, and you say, "Oh Allah, I'm depressed." Allah says in Surah Al-Ra'd, chapter 13, verse 28, in the remembrance of Allah do hearts find rest. And when somebody in your school or classroom or at recess, they make fun of you or they bully you and you say, "Oh Allah, many people hurt me." Allah said in Surah At-Taghabun, chapter 64, verse 14, وَإِن تَعْفُوا وَتَصْفَحُوا وَتَغْفِرُوا فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. If you pardon and overlook and forgive the faults, then verily Allah is oft forgiving, most merciful. And sometimes, let's say, you have no friend to play with, or the friend is not your type, and you say, "Oh Allah, I feel I am alone." Allah says in Surah Al-Qaf, chapter 50, verse 16, وَنَحْنُ أَقْرَبُ إِلَيْهِ مِنْ حَبْلِ الْوَرِيدِ. We are near to him than his jungle vein by our knowledge. And sometimes, let's say, you told so many salat, missed so many salat, and told so many lies, and feel too scared, and say, "Oh Allah, my sins are so many." Allah says in Surah Al-Imran, chapter 3, verse 135, وَمَنْ يَغْفِرُ الذُّنُوبَ إِلَّا اللَّهُ. Who can forgive sins except Allah? And sometimes, let's say, you see your loved ones dying and leaving you, and say, "Oh Allah, do not leave me." Allah says in Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 2, verse 152, فَاذْكُرُونِي and mercy for the believers. وآخر دعوانا عن الحمد لله رب العالمين.
This surah tells man's life and his creation, and also tells the importance of the Quran and the Day of Judgment. Faiz is a 5th grader and 9 years old. He likes cricket and soccer. His hobby is watching and playing sports. Let's all welcome Farik for Surah Tariq and its importance.
Today I will recite Surah Tariq and two very important things about the surah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والسماء والطارق وما أدراك ما الطارق النجم الثاقب إن كل نفس لما عليها حافظ فلينظر الإنسان مما خلق خلق من ماء دافق يخرج من بين الصلب والترائب إنه على رجعه لقادر يوم تبلى السرائر فما له من قوة ولا ناصر والسماء ذات الرجع والأرض ذات الصدع إنه لقول فصل وما هو بالهزل إنه يكيدون كيدا وأكيد كيدا فمهل الكافرين أمهلهم رويدا. Now I will tell two very important things about the surah. First, a man appears before God after death. Secondly, the Quran is a decisive book with no plan of the disbelievers to defeat or frustrate. In verses 8, 9, and 10, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, He will bring us all back to life on the day of judgment, and there will be no doubt about it. On that day, He will expose all of our secrets, and we will have no power, no help from anyone. He will expose all of our madness in front of everyone, and we will have no control over it. Is there something that we could do to erase all of our badness and avoid the situation in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Let us listen to the hadith by Imam al-Tirmidhi. Hazrat Aisha radiallahu anhu, O Messenger of Allah, if I realize Laylatul Qadr, what should I supplicate in it? He, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, said, you should supplicate. Allahumma innaka afuwan tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anna. Oh Allah, you are the most forgiving and you love to forgive, so forgive me. We will try to take this dua as many times as possible this holy month of Ramadan, insha'Allah. Sadaqallahu al-azim.
Please you neglect, seek forgiveness and regret. Fear Allah till your last breath, for every soul shall have a taste of death. Let's welcome Ibrahim, Noor, and Muhammad in Operation of Death.
It was early in the morning at 4 when Death knocked on a bedroom door.
Who's there?
The sleeping one cried.
Who's there?
I am the Malak al-Maut. I'm coming inside.
At once, the man began to shiver, at once sweating in deadly fear.
Oh, angel of death, please go away. I'm not ready yet. My family depends on me. Please give me a chance to repent.
The angel knocked again and again.
Friend, I'll take your life without any pain. It's your soul which has come to acquire. I have not come with my own desire.
He bewildered, and the man began to cry.
Oh angel, I'm so afraid to die. I'll give you gold and be your slave. Please don't send me to the unlit grave.
The man held a gun in his right hand, ready to defy the angel's stand.
I'll point this gun towards your head. You dare come in, I'll shoot you dead.
By now the angel was in the room saying,
Oh friend, prepare for your doom. Foolish man, you want to die? Put down your gun and do not cry. Why are you afraid to die, young man? According to Allah's plan, come, smile at me. Do not break. Be happy to return to him.
Oh angel, I'm already insane. I had no chance to take Allah's name, gathering money, continuing my way without caring about my end. The laws of the Quran I never obeyed, nor prayed 5 times a day. Ramadan came and Ramadan went. No time did I have to repent. All charities I did ignore, taking usury more and more. Oh angel, I appeal to you to spare my soul for a year or two. The laws of the Quran I will obey and begin Salah this very day.
We angels do what Allah demands. We can't go against His commands. Death is all for everyone. Father, mother, daughter, or son. I'm afraid this moment is your last. Now you will be reminded of your past. I do understand your fears. Now it's too late for tears. You live in this world to score and more. Never obey the people you adore. Your parents, you did not obey. Hungry beggars, you turned away. You ignored the blessings in hand. Nor did you read the Holy Quran. Breaking promises all your life. Backbiting friends and causing strife. Paradise for you, I cannot tell. Undoubtedly you will dwell in hell. There's no time for you to repent. I'll take your soul instead.
The ending, however, was very sad. Eventually, the man gave up with a cry. He jumped out of his bed, and suddenly he fell down dead. Always now think about it from here. You never know your end minute here. For a Muslim should have Allah's fear. For heaven, if you wish to land, receive your deeds in your right hand. Change your living and make amends. Before it's too late, let's repent.
Umar Patel is 12 years old and going to grade 7, and she is hoping to become a doctor, inshallah. She has won 6 gold medals from Quran and Hadith competitions. She loves to cook and play with her little brother. Let's all welcome Humaira.
والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Respected elders, dear brothers and sisters, I welcome all of you with the Islamic greetings. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace, mercy, and blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be on all of you. The topic of today's speech is signs of the Day of Judgment. Hudayfa ibn Yaman once narrated that the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam came to us while we were speaking about the signs of the Day of Judgment. And he told us, the Day of Judgment shall not occur until you see 10 signs before it. I will be talking about a few of the signs. The first sign is Dajjal. Dajjal will come for 40 days. The first day will feel like a year, the second like a month, and the third like a week. After that will be normal days. He will ask the believers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, do you believe I am your Lord? And they will say no. So he will say, if I bring your parents back to life, then will you believe I am your Lord? And they will say yes. So he will go to a grave and he will say, rise. And two shayateen in the image of his parents will come. And they will say, O son, he is your Lord. Another sign is the coming of Ya'juj and Ma'juj. There will be so many of their tribe that they will pour out of every direction. They will crush everything in their path. A small amount of their tribe will come out, and there will be a big river, and they will begin to drink, and they will finish every single drop of that river at the same instant. And the third sign is the 3 earthquakes that shall shake this earth, one of them in the west, another in the east, and the third in the Arabian Peninsula. The rising of the sun from the west, the sun will come out from the west. And the final one of these signs that I will be explaining is a fire that shall appear from Yemen, and it shall gather all the people to their place of resurrection, meaning towards the actual location where the day of judgment shall occur. As all these 10 signs will be close, as all these 10 signs will happen, the day of judgment will be very close, and will happen on a Friday, no other day but Friday. No one knows the exact date of the day of resurrection except the one and only Allah. May Allah give us all guidance, lead us to the right path, and protect us from shayateen. Ameen, summa ameen.
Prophet Ismail is the son of the great Prophet Ibrahim. Prophet Ibrahim was made the father of many nations. A great nation came from his eldest son, Ismail. Through his prophecy, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, dies Islam. It is a mercy to all mankind and the universal faith. Fatima Arshad is going to grade 6 and is deciding to homeschool next year because she wants to put more focus on her Islamic education. Let's all welcome Fatima to talk on Prophet Ismail.
Prophet Ismail and his story in a shorter version. Ibrahim, peace be upon him, was born, has been married to Sarah for a while but did not have any children. So she requested the Prophet Ibrahim, peace be upon him, to marry her housewife, her very religious housewife, Hajar, peace be upon her. After their marriage, they had a beautiful baby boy named him Ismail. As Allah planned, one day Ibrahim woke up and asked Hajar to take their baby son and prepare themselves for a long journey. Ibrahim stopped between Al-Safar and Al-Marwa mountain and left them alone. The desert valley did not have any water or food. After the water they had brought with them had finished, they became very thirsty. Hajar was running between the 2 mountains 7 times to look for water. Finally, Allah sent an angel to discover the great Zamzam well to fulfill their water needs, and sent an Arabian travelers so they weren't alone. Pretty soon the valley became lively with families, and when Ismail became a boy, Allah ordered Prophet Ibrahim in his dreams to sacrifice his beloved son. That was the biggest test on his faith for Allah, but they both passed the test. Allah was happy. Ismail grew up and spread Islam like his father far and wide.
Amazing talk. Let's all hear the conversation that took place between Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Iblis at the time of the creation of the first human being. Let's welcome Ibrahim, Fatima, and Abdullah Mahmoud to the stage.
بشرا فسجد الملائكة كلهم أجمعون إلا إبليس استكبر وكان من الكافرين. When your Lord said to the angels, "Indeed, I am going to create a human being from clay. So when I have proportioned him and breathed into him my soul, then fall down to him in prostration." So the angels prostrated, all of them entirely, except Iblis. He was arrogant and became among the disbelievers. Allah said, "O Iblis, what prevented you from prostrating to that which I created with my hands? Were you arrogant, or were you already among the haughty?"
قال أنا خير منه خلقتني من نار وخلقته من طين.
Shaitan said, "I am better than him. You created me from fire and created him from clay."
قال فاخرج منها فإنك رجيم وإن عليك لعنتي إلى يوم الدين.
Allah said, "Then get out of paradise, for you are expelled, and indeed upon you is my curse until the day of recompense."
قال رب فأنظرني إلى يوم يبعثون.
Shaitan said, "My Lord, then reprieve me until the day they are resurrected."
قال فإنك من المنظرين إلى يوم الوقت المعلوم.
Allah said, "So indeed you are of those reprieved until the day well known."
قال فبعزتك لأغوينهم أجمعين إلا عبادك منهم المخلصين.
Shaitan said, "By your might I will surely mislead them all, except among them your chosen servants."
قال فالحق والحق أقول لأملأن جهنم منك وممن تبعك منهم أجمعين.
Allah said, "The truth is my oath, and the truth I say, that I will surely fill hell with you and those of them that follow you all together."
قل ما أسألكم عليه من أجر وما أنا من المتكلفين
إن هو إلا ذكر للعالمين ولتعلمن نبأه بعد حين.
Say, O Muhammad, I don't ask you for the Quran any payment, and I am not of the pretentious. It is but a reminder to the worlds, and you will surely know the truth of its information after a time. Jazakallahu khairan.
Alhamdulillah, we are blessed to have among us Sheikh Nasir Ibrahim, who has given us his precious time. One of the great Sheikh in our city. He is, mashallah, the Imam of Masjid al-Rashid. He will give us a piece of advice and make the dua. So please, a warm welcome for Sheikh Nasir.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على أشرف خلق الله وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله له لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك عليه وآله وصحبه من اهتدى بهديه وسار على نهجه يوم الدين. اللهم آمين. My dear respected brothers and sisters, our dear beloved children, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Honestly, It is a great honor for all of us, especially to have this kind of invitation from our brothers and sisters, parents, our dear beloved children, to share together the Islamic advice, the Islamic way to look after the kids. When I have been told it is an event to talk to the parents, to welcome our active, clever children, I felt very happy. And I said I will talk to them. Wallahi, from the bottom of my heart, after what I have heard, and see this amazing, great young men and women, I got very sure of myself. From the beginning, the presenter, one who read the Quran, and the different speeches, and I am very proud. And I feel very small. I don't know what to say. And I should learn from you. Wallahi, I am not exaggerating or not saying something not true. I'm very proud, not only with the young men and women or grandchildren. I'm very proud of all my sisters and my brothers who spend their time to look after their kids, to come out with this amazing level. This is the amana Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala entrusted us for, your children. Up to now I'm still stuck, I don't know what to say. This is about the great way of recitation, or the great speaker about a very important subject, all the sisters who give their effort, their time, or the parents, the husband who give their money, their time to help their kids to be like this. From the bottom of my heart, Jazakumullah khairan, Wallahi, for every single one. For the father, for the mother, for the boys, for the girls, for everyone share in this event. And I'm trying, Wallahi, if you forgive me if I sneak between the great speakers to say this quick word about the advice of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Children is one of the blessings Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us. As Allah said in Surah Al-Imran, Al-Mal wal-Banun, Zinatul Hayat al-Dunya. Money and children are the ornament, the blessing of this life. And Alhamdulillah, we as Muslims, we look at every child as our own son. As there is some families, subhanAllah, they have no children. It doesn't mean he has no commitment, he does. If you look at Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and how he dealt with the children, he looked at every child, a boy or a girl, as a target of the future of Islam. Not only Muslim children, even the non-Muslim children. And Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam gave us the best example for how to deal with children, regardless their color, their religion, their race, their language, it doesn't matter. They have rights. If the West today want to learn the human rights, especially the children rights, I advise them to take it from the Quran, from the teaching of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We all should be proud that we are Muslims. We should be proud that we follow Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Let me give you an example, not with a Muslim child, with a non-Muslim child. Everyone knows Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam had a Jewish neighbor. One day he heard his Jewish neighbor's son is sick, seriously sick. He went straight away to visit the Jewish child, because we as Muslims, we never differentiate between people. We have a target, we have a mission, we have a message for everyone. As our beloved daughter started, وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ قَوْلًا مِمَّنْ دَعَا إِلَى اللَّهِ. There is no one better than the one who make da'wah for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Which means you have a target. With your classmate, with your neighbor, you have a message to give him. If he convert or doesn't convert, it is not my business. My business is to give the message. So Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was trying to teach us. He knew his Jewish child neighbor is sick. He went to visit him straight away. When he was sitting with him, he talked to him. Why don't you convert? Why don't you believe in Allah? The child looked at his father and said, what can I do? He said, Ata Abul Qasim sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Listen, obey Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The nickname Abul Qasim. The Jewish child say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Then he passed away. Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was very happy that he said, Alhamdulillah, alladhi anqadhahu bi min an-nar. Praise be to Allah, that Allah guided him for Islam before his death. This was with the non-Muslim child. What do you think with the Muslim children? Wallahi, I really advise all our children to read about how Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam dealt with the children, especially the girls. Because, you know, in the Arabs countries before Islam, girls were not so recommended. They felt ashamed if someone has a female. Because they used to work in the desert, they work as shepherds, they need the boys to work hard, to use them in fighting, in holding the sword, but the girl is not suitable for this. So when they have a girl, they were not so happy. And Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam worked very hard to plan this misunderstanding about the female from their mind. He wanted to tell them the female is the same like the male. They both are blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We all hear or learn Rasul had a granddaughter called Umama bint Abi al-As. Umama was a girl. And Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam used to take her to the mosque. He used to take her in front in the Qibla to sit next to him. And Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam used to hold Umama in his prayer when he was praying. If he goes to make ruku', he put her on the floor. When he stand up from sujood, he used to carry her again, to teach us. Children is a blessing in your life. He wants to give a very strong message for parents. Take care of your children, especially your daughters. Do you know what the Rasul said? Man ala jariyatayn. Whoever looks after two girls. I want every girl to be happy with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Whoever looks after two girls till they grow up and become good Muslims, these two girls will protect him from the punishment in the hellfire. And Rasul sallallahu sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was very open, as some parents, they only care for all the children. And Rasul was not like this. And Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam used to look at every single child as he is his own son. Khalid, one of the greatest Muslim Sahabiyah, she narrated for us what happened for her when she used to visit Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam with her father when she was a little child. When her father goes, she used to play around Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, a child. Not only this, and as you know, Rasul has a stamp between his shoulder here. Khatam al-Nubuwwah, the mark of the prophecy. This mark, this stamp has Muhammadun Rasulullah. Khalid, she used to play in the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam back. When her father asked her, don't, stop, Rasul said, let him play. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And Rasul used to eat with the children from the same plate. Unfortunately, some of our Muslim families has a very bad habit. When they want to eat, they say, take all the children out, put them in the other room, put them in the basement, then we finish. And Rasul was not like this. Anas ibn Malik, radiallahu anhu arda, he said, I was eating with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And Umm Salama's son, he used to Rabi bin Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. I was the stepson of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. I used to eat with Rasulullah from the same plate. And you know how the children eat. Especially when they are 3, 4, they mess around. Eat from here, eat from there. His stepson, he said, I used to do qashat yadaya fi sahfa. I used to do like children. And Rasul didn't shout at him. And Rasul didn't cheer at him. And Rasul didn't ask him, go away from here, go to the basement. No. He said, Ya ghulam, سم الله وكل بيمين وكل مما يليك. Oh my son, look how soft, how gentle was Rasul with the children. Huh? When you eat, say, and eat with you, and eat from what you have in front of you. He teaches him and us in a very nice, gentle way. He teaches the parents how we should be. Don't push your kids to eat alone or to go down in the basement. No. These great young men and women are the future who will hold the banner of Islam. Rasulullah used to play. He used to run after the kids in the streets. When he comes and he sees the children, he runs after them and he hugs them, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, to teach us to have mercy with the children, to love them, to make him or her feel he is important. There's a lot of stories. Anas ibn Malik, he said, I lived with Rasulullah 10 years. How many years? How many years? 10 years. He never ever, wallahi, when I read this, I feel ashamed of myself. I feel sorry for the parents who always yelling, you are stupid, you are good, you are that. 10 years, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Anas ibn Malik said, he never ever yelled at me. He never ever beat me. He never ever gave me any bad name. 10 years. 10 years. This is a big message for all the parents, for the mothers, how to deal with your son. 10 years without a single word. He never ever beat him. He never ever tell him any bad word. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. What was the conclusion? What happened when Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was very gentle, very nice with his children? When you read the history, all the greatest leaders were the children. Whose Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam teaches them. Number one, what is the greatest book we have in Islam? Huh? Al-Quran. Who knows one volume. Who can remind us? I'll give you a present. Who compiled the Quran in one volume? Yes. What's your name? Ahmed Hassan, huh?
I don't remember the video, but after the battle, like most of the people who memorized the Quran were like dying in the battle. So Umar, it was Abu Bakr's Khalifa. So Umar told Abu Bakr that advised him that.
Barakallahu feek. Yes. This is the second stage. Huh? This guy was in the Prophet's life, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Huh?
Zayd bin Thabit?
Allahu Akbar, takbir. What's your name?
Ibrahim.
Ibrahim. Zayd ibn Thabit. Another question, we'll give you a present. The second question, how old was Zayd ibn Thabit when he started collecting the Quran? Sister at the back. This is a big message for every mother, especially the sisters and the husband. But sister first. How old was Zayd when he started collecting the Quran?
10?
11, 12 years old. And the question now, who found out the talent of the son? His mother. Do you know what does it mean? Your son can be Zayd ibn Thabit. I need to see one guy who is 12 years old. Is there? Come here. What's your name? Mujtaba. Sayyidina Zayd was this young man, age 12 years old. Mujtaba and his mom. Is his mom here? They both can repeat the same scenario. The Quran that we read today is because of a great woman. I'm sure no one of us knows what was her name. But Allah knows. Can you imagine every single Muslim in the whole world? We are almost now 2 billion Muslims. Whenever you open the Quran, when you read Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, the same reward goes for Zayd radiallahu anhu warda. Wallahi ya ikhwani, wallahi ma akhawati, we have the greatest blessing, these young men. They are clean, they are pure. Allah bless them. We call them the angels, the boy or the girl. So don't waste the angels. Sayyidina Zayd completed, as our daughter said, in the time of Abu Bakr. Umar suggested, why don't we get the Quran in one volume? Abu Bakr asked, what do you think? Who is the man for this great mission? He said, you know him, Zayd ibn Thabit, the register of the Quran. So we have this blessing. This is the future of the Ummah. This is the men. So Zayd ibn Thabit, Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Zubayr. Abdullah ibn Zubayr was the Khalifa for 6 years. And when Sayyidina Ali was killed, he was the Khalifa for Mecca and Medina for 6 years. Who grows Abdullah ibn Zubayr up? His mother. Who is the mother of Zubayr? Abdullah ibn Zubayr, Asma bint Abi Talib. So, a message for every sister. Wallahi, wallahi, I am not exaggerating. This is the truth. This is the history. When we read the history of our leaders, we become very confident, very, very proud, very strong. We have the greatest world, the greatest religion, the greatest mission you have in your house. You will not need to do any effort. Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As, Abdullah ibn Umar ibn Khattab, Usama ibn Zayd. Do you know how old was Usama when he led the Muslim army? Do you know how old was Usama when the Rasul asked him to be the leader of the army of the Muslimin? Who can remind us? How old was Usama when the Rasul appointed him? You lead the army. Is there anyone else? Read.
16.
16 years old. 16 years old. Was a leader. You know who was the army? Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, Talha, Muhajirin, Ansar. The greatest names were under I'm sorry? The question from the parents, do you think Osama grew up by himself? Who was behind Osama? When we say Osama bin Zaid, what do you mean? His mom and his dad. Another message for all of us. Your son can be, wallahi, another Osama. Your son can be another Zayd ibn Thabit. But it needs effort. As our sister and our brother are holding this event, wallahi, we have so many examples. And the time is not, subhanallah. The last example, you all from India and Pakistan. Do you know how Islam started in India and Pakistan? Who was the leader of the Muslim army? This is for the adult. Who was the leader? Muhammad ibn al-Qasim. Do you know how old? Alayhi rahmatullah, 20 years old. 20 years old. Do you know how many billions of Pakistani, Indian and Bangladesh, all the hasanat of these people, he will have the same. When we say Muhammad ibn al-Qasim, what do we mean? We mean his mother and his father. So the conclusion, Allah ya ikhwan, we have the key of victory in our hand. It is your son and your daughter. Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was very smart. He knew this. This is the actual investment. I'm giving you an actual example about Canada and the government. Do you know how many families they sponsored from Syria? Over 100,000 families. Do you think this government are not smart? Why did they get all these families Syrian here? Because of what? The children. They are very smart. The Canadian government, they are very smart. They knew these young men what will they do in the future? Doctors, engineers, professionals, businessmen. You give them education, so they are not losing their money. They are investing. The best investment ever is the human investment. So I'm asking all my brothers and my sisters and all my great heroes, the boys and the girls, work for Allah. Love Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Read in history. Be proud that you are a Muslim. Put your hands together. Work for Allah. Have a good intention. Love your brother. Love every humankind as Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This was my quick reminder for myself, my brothers and my sisters. Wallahi, again, I'm very proud for everyone. I'm very proud with the great children who made this amazing presentation. I'm very proud with the brothers and sisters who organized this event, and I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless your deeds, to accept your work, and to bless your families, and to bless our ummah. Allahumma ameen. Wa sallallahu wa sallam wa barak ala sayyidina Muhammad. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
We've reached the end of our program. Our young speaker will conclude this event with a supplication. Please say Amin after him. I'll call Ibrahim Mahmood to invoke to our Lord.
لا إله إلا الله المتوحد في الجلال
Sheikh, please. So please, all the guest speakers join the stage for the forum.
Oh, sing, children of the world, come together and hear the call. Sing, children of the world, Islam will unite us all. Sing, children of the world, come together and hear the call. Sing, children of the world, Islam will unite us all. Subhanallah wa